I picture this. It's a Monday morning. A bank manager in Brazil walks into work, grabs a coffee, heads to the vault, and stops. The door is open. The money is gone. $70 million, just gone. And not a single alarm went off. Not one. That's not a movie. That actually happened. Today we're going inside three of the most jaw-dropping bank heists in history. Not the sloppy ones, not the desperate ones. The ones where the criminals were honestly frighteningly good at what they did. The ones that made law enforcement look at the crime scene and think, how? By the end of this, you're going to have serious questions about how safe anyone's money actually is. Let's go. September 1997, Los Angeles. A man named Alan Pace is going to work. He's a regional safety inspector for Dunbar Armored, one of the biggest cash logistics companies in America. He has keys. He has access badges. He knows every camera angle, every guard rotation, every blind spot in the building. He's been planning this for months. On the night of September 12th, Alan picks up 5 friends, childhood friends, guys he grew up with, not professional criminals, just people he trusted. They pull up to the Dunbar facility at 2 in the morning during a shift change when guard presence is at its absolute lowest. Alan swipes his badge. The door opens. They zip-tie the employees. They move fast. No panic, no chaos, just execution. They know exactly where the cash sorting room is. They know which cages are full. They load $18.9 million into U-Haul vans. U-Haul vans, the most conspicuous vehicle on Earth, and nobody noticed. They're gone in under 30 minutes. That works out to roughly $600,000 per minute. For years, nothing. No suspects, no leads. The FBI had almost nothing to go on. Then, one of the crew started spending. New cars, new clothes, not subtle. And then, at a party, another member of the crew started talking, bragging about the heist. One phone call later, the FBI had everything they needed. Alan Pace was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to 24 years. $18.9 million. Dismantled by a party brag. The most expensive conversation in Los Angeles history. There is a vault beneath a building in Antwerp, Belgium, that was supposed to be impenetrable. It sat behind a magnetic lock, a seismic sensor that detected vibration, a Doppler radar system, an infrared heat detector, a private security company, and a lock with over 100 million possible combinations. The people who designed that vault were very proud of it. They should have been. It was extraordinary. It wasn't enough. A crew that would later be called the School of Turin spent months, not days, months, studying the building. They rented office space inside the same building as the Antwerp World Diamond Center. They came to work every day. They learned the rhythms of the place. They befriended the staff. They were, by all accounts, completely unremarkable tenants. Then, on a Friday night, after everyone went home, they went to work. They defeated the magnetic lock using a specialized tool they had custom-built for the job. They neutralized the heat sensor using styrofoam panels and a simple light source that tricked the detector into reading a stable temperature. They drilled through the vault door over the course of the weekend. Inside, they found over $100 million in diamonds, gold bars, jewelry, and cash from safe deposit boxes. Boxes belonging to some of the wealthiest diamond merchants in the world. They filled their bags. They left. Police discovered the break-in Monday morning. The investigation turned up almost nothing until they found a piece of evidence near the vault that the crew had accidentally left behind. A half-eaten salami sandwich in a plastic bag. with the ringleader's DNA on it. Leonardo Notarbartolo, the man who had rented the office, who had spent months building relationships in that building, was arrested because of a sandwich. $100 million operation. Undone by lunch. Most of the diamonds were never recovered. They're still out there.
2 blocks from the Banco Central in Fortaleza, Brazil, a new business opened in 2004. Grass-green landscaping. Nice name. They had a storefront. They had employees. They had trucks, soil, grass, the whole thing. Neighbors thought nothing of it. What the neighbors didn't know, what nobody knew, was that in the basement of that building, a crew of around 25 people had begun digging. Not a small hole. A tunnel. A full tunnel, 253 feet long, running directly beneath 2 city streets, straight toward the foundation of the Banco Central. This took 3 months. 3 months of digging, hauling dirt, installing wooden supports, running electrical cable for lighting, building a ventilation system so workers didn't suffocate. They were not amateurs. These were people who had studied the building, the soil composition, the vault's exact position under the floor. They had, essentially, built a small underground construction company just for this one job. On a Friday night in August 2005, the tunnel reached the vault. The crew came up through the concrete floor inside the vault, bypassing every single security system in the building because none of them were designed to detect a threat coming from below. There were no sensors under the floor. Why would there be? They loaded the money into bags. $70 million in non-sequential, untraceable bills. 3.5 tons of cash. They worked through the entire weekend. Monday morning came. Tuesday morning came. The theft wasn't discovered until a routine check on Tuesday. By then the crew was long gone. The investigation was massive. Over the following months, police tracked down most of the gang and arrested them. Some of the money was recovered. But here's the part that stays with you: most of it wasn't. Estimates suggest that more than $50 million simply vanished. Never found. $70 million. Through a tunnel under 2 city streets. Built by a fake landscaping company. That is the #1 bank heist of all time. Not because of the money. Because of the sheer, almost incomprehensible scale of the ambition.
3 heists, 3 completely different methods, and the same lesson hiding inside all of them. None of these jobs were impulsive. Every single one required months of patience, planning, and discipline that most people don't apply to anything in their lives. The Dunbar crew had the perfect plan and threw it away at a party. The Antwerp crew defeated 5 separate security systems and left a sandwich. The Fortaleza crew built an entire fake business and dug a tunnel under a city. And most of them still got caught, eventually. The money is almost never the ending of the story. The ending is always human. Someone talks, someone spends too fast, someone leaves behind a half-eaten lunch. If you want more stories like these, the ones that are too insane to be made up, subscribe. New video every week. I'll see you there.